Hello, hey. Okay, so last night I had something happen for the first time that I can remember. Uh, I went to sleep, started dreaming. I had a dream that I went to sleep and had a dream. It's probably because I've been thinking about these dreams a lot recently. But in this dream, I dreamed something about my oldest daughter, Ivy. Don't remember a ton of it, but woke up from that dream to my youngest daughter, Autumn, crying. And I was kind of sad because my dream got interrupted. And sometimes when I wake up from a dream, it's actually like I hit pause on a movie and then I can go back to sleep and like hit play and I'll resume the dream, which is really cool. This didn't happen that time, however. This time, when I went back to sleep, I started dreaming. This is going to be kind of tough to get through. So I dreamed that I was hired, or I had received a request to teach a class on dreaming. Again, both my dreams are about dreaming, which is probably just because I've been thinking about it a lot recently. But I was going to teach a class on dreaming, and we had like this banquet table thing set up, and we were all sitting around it sharing about our dreams. And I had all the students go through this exercise of like writing down their most vivid dreams they could remember, and then we were going to talk about it and all this stuff. But after the class, I had a restaurant type thing set up upstairs in the building we were in, and it was really dimly lit. If you've ever been to Mellow Mushroom, no, sorry, not Mellow Mushroom, the Melting Pot. If you've ever been to the Melting Pot, it looked and felt a lot like that. But I forget the actor's name, but the guy who played Bilbo Baggins in The Hobbit and Watson in the Sherlock series was there. And we were like joking with one another. All the students after the class came up to this restaurant, we were eating, and I caught eyes with him across the restaurant. We were like joking with one another and making faces and stuff. And we started like throwing bits of food at one another. And I threw a really wet sushi roll at him across it, and it landed on the window and splatted, and water went everywhere. And he said, "Hey, it's a wet Merlin," like the wizard Merlin. And we both thought it was hilarious. That doesn't mean anything, but he said, "Hey, it's a wet Merlin," and he thought it was hilarious. And we both laughed about that. Now, the dream ended, and suddenly I was in the same exact building, but I was at a marriage conference, and it was all about, I don't know, it was about marriage. And we were sitting at the same exact banquet table that I taught the class at, but it was a marriage conference, and there were a bunch of people I knew around the table. But after we were talking, and I went to the bathroom, and I remember the layout of the bathroom and the way the tile work was on the walls and stuff. After I left the bathroom, I got out and realized that I was actually watching a flash forward in my dream, if that makes any sense. So it wasn't actually happening real time, I was watching a flash forward. So I like realized I was in a flash forward and went to the present and was packing my bags and getting ready to go to the marriage conference. And I remember my dad was there. He seems to show up a lot in my dreams. And he had a box. It wasn't a present, but it was a white box. It looked like a cake box, but I knew there wasn't a cake in it, but he wouldn't tell me what was in it. And he said, "This box, what's in this box can only ride in certain brands of cars. And so I have to get a ride with you to the marriage conference, with you and your wife." And I remember being really bummed out about it because I was like, man, I really don't want him to be in the car with us. I wanted some alone time with me and my wife. And so we got to our car, but when we got to it, it was broken down. It wouldn't start. And he said, "I've got to get this box to the marriage conference. You just have to trust me." And I didn't know what it was, but we resorted to stealing a car. And we stole a truck. And it was down this back road. It was parked in a gas station, and the person was inside buying something in the station, and we just stole it and started driving down the road. And I remember the steering wheel wasn't like this, it was a bar, and in order to go forward, I had to push the bar down. In order to slow down, I had to push the bar up. And so I was pushing it down, and it would not accelerate. It'd go like a tops 25 miles an hour, and I was just super frustrated. But there was an LCD screen or an LED screen, I don't know what it is. LCD, that's right. in the middle of it, and I remember that there was country music videos playing on the screen, and they started getting really inappropriate, and I was like, whoa, sorry Dad, I don't know what this is. And he was like, it's not your car, not your problem. But anyway, we went home, picked up my wife, and she was like, why are you driving this truck? And I said, don't ask any questions, it's a long story. So we just got in the truck and then went to the marriage conference, and then I literally just, the dream played back the exact same flash forward that happened before in real time, and it was just the present. And I woke up from the dream just very confused at what happened at what point. The timeline was very jumpy. But yeah, anyway, that's the end. Hope you enjoyed.